Hey everyone. Welcome to the Challenge All Stars 5 Rivals recap and review with your faves reality unloaded podcast. It's your girl Keeks.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jenna.
Hey everyone. Hope y'all are doing great. Hey Sophie Dopey. Hey Crystal in the chat. Thank y'all for joining us as always. Yes, we did see Mark Long's tweet, about the future of All Stars depending on last night's episode. I'm sure the ratings were good. They were making a little bit of noise, on social media. Hey, Crystal, I don't like that. I hate that it's on MTV now. Yeah, that's another thing. They suck at putting it on other platforms. Did y'all see that tweet that Mark Long put out there?
About the
I
ratings?
did not.
Yes. Did you, Jenna?
I did, yeah. I was like scrolling Twitter today and I saw it was like another Twitter page about just all reality competition shows. And they put all the ratings for all the shows. And I think ratings were slightly down for the challenge, but
I wonder why.
I don't know. But I
What?
think a lot of shows like Survivor, Amazing Race, they all had um downward trends this week for some reason. Unless I'm reading
Mm.
that information wrong, I don't know. But
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. Isn't Survivor? They had like a crazy episode either
Girl, they've all
last
been
week.
good.
Yeah, I don't watch Survivor. Jenna is the Survivor correspondent out of us
Yeah,
three. Um,
for sure.
but I've been hearing the last few seasons have been really good. Like I see all the tweets about it, and I'm just like, dang, I feel like I should get into Survivor.
Yeah, it's been really good.
I tried, but it's a lot.
It's a lot to
Dang.
keep up with, all these shows these days. So I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
Oh yeah. And especially now that you're potting with us, it's gonna feel even more. So like you like, I have to keep up.
Uh-huh.
Um, but all right, so let's get into this episode, y'all. It was episode 9, Star-Crossed Rivals. Um, wow. Wow. This episode was a roller coaster, I think, in my opinion, but we'll see. Let's get into this the start of it. So the house is having a cute little dance party, you know. They're they're having a good old time, having a little challenge party. I feel like they party a lot in the All Stars house. This might be the most partying they've ever done
Yeah,
in
pretty
All
much.
Stars, right?
I feel like between this All Stars and the last All Stars, it was a lot of partying.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Last
Um.
All Stars, so I can't say. But they were cranking that Soldier
Okay.
Boy.
Yes, they were cranking that Soldier Boy, all that good stuff. Sam is there to have a good time, y'all. I just want to say this, like
I
Sam
love her.
Sam is just like, listen, Frank is gonna do what Frank does, and I'm gonna do me. And she's just there for a vacation. Like, she's having a grand old time.
We love
I
to
kind of
see
live
it.
for it. I kind of live for it. Like, girl, milk it while you can. So after the party ends, we see Melissa and Nicole kikiing, cackling, all that outside, and they start flirting. High key. Not low key, nothing. There was nothing low key about that. And Melissa ends up kissing Nicole. We don't know how many times it happened. That's the only part that they showed. It looked like Nicole was actually surprised that they showed that on Twitter. And I'm like, Nicole, like you're known for being a serial cheater. Like, what are you surprised about?
Yeah, Sam
It's
tweeted. She
just,
was like, "Oh, they actually showed the clip, damn, and Zanata." And she was like, "I know. What are you gonna do?" Or something like that. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Girl." But to me, it looked like Melissa like spit the drink back in her mouth. I was like, "Ew."
Ew. Ooh, ooh,
it's just,
ooh.
That so
it's
I didn't even
all,
realize they kissed. I was like, "Oh, that was nasty."
it's all nasty. It's just nasty. I don't, that's dirty.
Ew. I'm like going crazy right now, just thinking that if it was that. But anyway, they end up kissing. Veronica, she comes out and she's like, listen, as another fellow lesbian, fellow gay, stop it, Nicole. Stop it. You have somebody back at home. And she was like, listen, I don't tell me later on I didn't warn you. And I'm like, well, Veronica is putting her foot down. She's trying to get Nicole together. Nicole's clearly not gonna listen. Um, and then we get to see, unfortunately, Nani calling her favorite couch Casey, which one is awkward already because they broke up. Two is even more awkward because of the baby talk. Please.
That was also nasty. I did not like that at all. It made me very uncomfortable. I was like, you are both grown women. Why are you talking like
Yeah, it was very cringe.
If you baby talk, if you're a baby talker, you know, don't announce it in the chat. 'Cause
Especially since they're broken up. I'm like, damn, MTV, they did Nani dirty. I was like,
they
ooh,
need dirty. I was thinking that. I was like, why are you showing this like vulnerable moment between Nani and Casey? Like, I guess like to show the motivation that she has behind trying to win. But I was like, there wasn't another clip that you could use.
right? And I feel like those are the kind of clips that they use when they're about to get eliminated. Like, all,
hmm
Nani didn't go home, so it's like, why did you have to show that? I don't know.
But she lost her star, so I guess that's why. I don't know. I guess to like also kind of try to piece it up, set it up for why she's so upset at the end of the episode. But still, it was just baby talk in general is very cringy. Unless you like, if you're talking to a baby, okay. But when you're talking to an adult and you're talking baby talk, I'm sorry, I might be kink shaming here, but I'm not into that.
Even baby talk to a baby, I don't like it.
Yes,
Just
same.
talk.
Just talk. They're in their 30s doing this. Mid and late. Mid and late. Okay. Um, let's get into the other dynamic duo that is Shane and Veronica. And Veronica is over here worried about the way that Davon feels about her. And I'm like, why? You already made it this far in the game. Why does it matter?
I was so confused by that.
Like, Brandon, listen, we F with Veronica in this on this pod, but I was just like, Veronica, what does that matter anymore at this point?
I feel like with Veronica specifically, she's been making a lot of game moves this season in particular that we haven't seen in a very long time. I feel like her downfall is going to be how much power she expects to have every time. Not everyone needs to like you at the end of the day, and it's already so far out in the game that you're not going to reconcile anything with Davon that you couldn't have done a few episodes ago. So, yeah, like I said, I feel like she's late to the game on that part.
You,
Is
Jenna, how
there
did you feel
history
about it?
there? Like, is there history there that I'm not aware of? Because Veronica was like, I don't understand why she doesn't trust me. Like, I don't know. Devon
I
comes off like she doesn't trust her, but at the same time, it's like she maybe just has different alliances, and that's it. She doesn't want to work
I
with
feel
you.
like
It's not. I don't think it's a matter of trust.
she doesn't seem trustworthy in this specific game that they're in. Like the way that
Yeah.
she's done
Veronica.
with her so-called best friend in the house, I think Devon sees that and she's like, I don't like
Hmm.
that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I feel like Devon, obviously not being someone that is close to Veronica, she's like, Shane, take your blinders off. We're not on the same side. And yeah, like I understand Veronica kind of wanting to like mend or bridge that gap. So like Devon trusts her even more. But I'm just like, I mean, it's not necessary. And like Devon said, like, why? Like, I respect her out of this game. It's just in this game, it's not working if she's going against my strongest allies. Like, hello? And I'm pretty sure Devon knows about the whole thing with Amber. Since her and
Hmm
Amber were also close, right? So
Yo,
I thought it was
Allegedly.
weird.
Yeah.
I like Veronica, but how you gonna try to force a relationship with Devon after not giving a damn all season? Devon doesn't need to do anything for her just because her and Shane are partners. Exactly. I was just like, at this point, they've been doing fine without y'all being buddy. Like, it don't matter no more. Y'all got what, like maybe like 2 weeks, a week and a half to the game?
right.
I don't know.
There's
I,
like 5 pairs left. Yeah. So
Yeah, I did think it was a little weird and unnecessary. So then Shane tells Devon, like, she gotta go and talk to her and say that we're good. And she's like, oh, so you want me to lie? And I was like, call it out, Devon. This is why I love her commentary. Oh my gosh. Because it's true.
she's
You
not
want her to
fake.
lie. She's not
Yeah.
gonna fake it. There's only so many of these challengers that are not gonna fake it, and I love it every time. Like, I don't care if they're the villain. I don't As long as they don't fake it, it's appreciated.
She knows this is not Big Brother. That's not how you play this specific game. So she's not gonna do
Right.
what she did on Big Brother for this specific game.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
I
blunt
feel,
about it.
yeah, and I feel like Shane just wants her to mend fences that don't need to be mended. Like, there's no beef. I just don't want to work with her. So why do you need me to go to her and be like, we're good? Like, who
And
cares?
what other time is Veronica gonna keep Shane and Davon safe? Because they won that one challenge. Don't get me wrong, but like, let's be real. Like, are they gonna realistically win another one? Probably not.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like, Shane, but why? But I mean, okay. Devon says she wants Veronica gone because her loyalty is to Nani and Turbo, and obviously V wants the stronger teams out. Okay, and I understand Veronica's desiring that as well. But let's get into the daily challenge called Bubble Bull's Eye. How did y'all feel about this challenge overall? Y'all liked it?
It was cute.
I thought it was cute. It was fun. Not too physically demanding, but there was some strategy behind it, so I liked it.
This carnival
Okay.
game.
Okay, Brandon,
Sort of.
tell us your actual feelings about this. Go ahead.
I mean, it was a cute game. I feel like again, I wish there was like a part two to it. I just felt like it was so simple. Maybe along the way, like after a few rounds, it should have gotten harder. They should have like sprayed water, just something to kind of keep me interested. Because again, it was just round after round of the same thing. But just so everyone's aware, the daily challenge was called Bubble Bullseye, and TJ basically explains that this is a star challenge. So everyone is going to basically start at the top of the ramp, and you and your rival will take turns pushing each other down the slope. The goal is to basically get as close to the center of the scoring table as possible because the center has 25 points. If you're sliding and you touch the board at any time, you get a 10-point deduction. If you fall out, that's an automatic DQ. And the game will basically be played in rounds. And in each round, the team who ends up the furthest from the 25-point zone center is out. And the team to score the highest points in the last round will win the challenge. For the star holders, that'll basically protect their star. And for the non star holders, you'll basically receive a star. With the first one out, I was kind of surprised because it was Nani and Turbo. Wasn't expecting that because I felt like they would have really tried a little bit harder to keep their star, but I don't know. Maybe they just had a fumble with that. But the boot order specifically was Melissa and Nicole because they got a 10-point deduction. Adam and Steve had a DQ. I think it was Steve that flipped over, which I don't know how you flip over, but okay. And then Katie and Veronica because they got the furthest from the center point. So now it's between Frank and Sam and Davon and Shane. This was like meant to be because they're finally going head to head against each other. They haven't liked each other all season. So who's gonna win? Also, another thing, because Frank and Sam already have a star, Davon and Shane now automatically get the last star. So they're excited. I feel like they got a little bit of fire under them to really win this. And we see them win. I feel like they had a good strategy where they were leaning back a little bit to kind of slow them down when they got to the center point. But I was excited for them. How did you guys feel about their win?
Go ahead, Jenna.
I wasn't surprised. Like by the time, they got through the rounds and everybody kept getting eliminated, I didn't, no offense, I did not think Frank and Sam were gonna win. So I wasn't surprised. I was glad about it though, because I knew
Yeah, I
Shane was gonna
was
shake
happy too.
up. So
Yes,
I
I
guess not
agree with
really.
that too. No, I think the same thing. I wasn't expecting Frank and Sam to win. And I thought the little slow-mo of Day leaning back in the tube, and then they were like playing, I think, what song were they playing? I think it was like Riding Dirty. It was good. That was good. That was a good
Mhm.
shot. I was like, okay, come on, production. I also will say, like, Melissa and Nicole, like, what do y'all do good, like, when it comes to challenges? Like, Nicole, like, really?
Lose.
That's what Melissa
Losing
said.
is
She's
the
like, yet
new.
again, we lost, but I don't know.
Very, very drag race of them. Losing is the new winning. Um, hey Mary. Hey Zoe. I actually liked it, but I agree with Brandon. Should have been more to it. I agree. AR. Hey AR. Curling. I don't know what you're referring to. RV. Yes, yes. Hello, hello. Traders is film on 20 days. Okay, we'll talk about traders later. Um, yeah, I thought it was okay. I was happy that Davon and Shane stopped arguing with each other as well for that last push. I was,
Shane was about to crash out. I'm like,
he
yo,
was,
calm down.
yo, he was red. Did you notice he was red in the face? Like for the majority of the
He
episode. Why?
he could not lose to that man. He was not letting it happen. And I don't know if they like made them push the females instead. Because did you notice that they weren't getting pushed anymore towards the end? Like when it was between Shane and Davon and Sam and Frank, the girls now had to go get pushed
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, I didn't notice that either.
because Frank and Shane were getting pushed the whole time. So I don't know if the
Oh,
producers made them switch at the
Oh.
end to like switch it
oh,
up,
okay, got
but
you, got you. Interesting. I didn't. I actually, you're right. Okay, that makes sense. Mary, this stop. So when Shane the feminist win, two female teams end up competing against each other. That's what they wanted. Mary, they wanted that. So he gave them what they wanted. You know, they asked for it. They begged for it. Immediately after the challenge, they didn't even congratulate Davon and Shane. They said, immediately
Put me in,
strategize.
coach. Yep, put
Come
me
in.
in.
That was crazy because they really like scattered, like just wild in the wild, and we're like, we gotta start planning, we gotta start plotting, da da da, this and that, we're gonna have this side conversation, and yeah, let's talk about that conversation between Frank and Davon. Brandon, bring that up real
hmm,
quick.
okay. So basically, before that, we see Nicole says that she doesn't know if there's going to be an opportunity to get another star. She wants the house full immediately. Right? They didn't even get themselves dry yet. She immediately knows what she wants to do. And it's funny because Veronica also says the same thing in her confessional. She needs the opportunity to. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's realizing, oh, you need a star to get to the final. So they're scattering. Frank, being the scared person that he is in that moment, he is kind of freaking out a little bit because now Shane and Devon can basically put whoever they want in to the jungle. So he goes to Adam to basically explain that they have to put in Melissa and Nicole because it would force Shane to betray Veronica if he doesn't put Veronica and Katie in. So he's plotting and everything. Davon just so happens to be taking a stroll right by them. She overhears and she basically straight up asks, like, not allow what? And you see Frank just stuttering. I've never seen Frank stutter like that. Like he's caught off guard. He wasn't expecting it. So they're going back and forth, and he basically goes to Devon. Now, why are you confronting me? How many times has this man confronted either Shane or somebody else out of nowhere when they weren't looking for him to add his 2 cents? Am I crazy or not?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I did think it was funny seeing him like, shaking his boots. Exactly, Zoe. He didn't want that black woman rad. He listen. She came up to him so calmly though. Like that's another thing. She was calm about it. She was like,
Hmm.
what are you talking about? And then of course, like you said, Brandon, he was shaking in his boots. He started stuttering and everything. And she's like, okay, so like somebody explain it to me. Somebody explain it to me. And him saying, like, why are you confronting me? I was like,
Also
oh,
calling her girl, and she was like, "My name is Devon,"
yes,
as she should.
live, lived for that moment. Because why? Why you want to be all friendly now, girl?
Hmm.
Girl, uh,
We're not friends.
we not friends in this game. We not friends, but they low key they cool right now, because they was bigging each other up on Twitter. But I loved that moment. Yeah, exactly. Tone it down, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, you're such a hypocrite. You let
Didn't he?
Shane talk to you like." He said something like, "You let Shane talk to you like that."
Yeah. You let Shane call you whatever he wants or something like that. And I was like, okay, and
And that's because she knows Shane. She don't know you. I thought that was weird, but I lived for the moment. I lived for the drama. How'd you feel about that moment, Jenna?
I could not pay attention to anything that Frank and Adam were saying to each other because I just saw Devon walking up behind like this. And I was like, oh, she's about to say some shit. She is about to say something. And I just like the whole plan that Frank had, I just did not hear a single thing. So it was funny though. She caught him. Like, she's like, okay, and what are you guys talking about? So I loved it. I thought it was good.
One of my favorite moments about that whole scene is that you just see Steve sitting in the back and it's his side profile and Steve is just like
Peeping everything.
everything but not saying anything, just letting Adam do the talking,
Yep.
Frank deal with the mess.
But that's been
Davon
Steve all
doing his
season too. Steve has just been in the cut, and Adam has been doing everything. I don't hate that though.
I don't hate it either, but I did think it was funny that he was just sitting there and like did not bother to get involved. I said,
Yep.
yeah, don't get involved right now because I know Dave's probably gonna be like, and you, please don't start talking now.
Mm-mm.
I love that. I love that moment. I was like, yes, not my faves, low key like beefing because I still like Frank, y'all. Like,
Same.
sometimes he be annoying me, but I still F with Frank heavy. He's
I
the
like
most
him.
entertaining part.
I like him. Don't get me wrong, he's very entertaining. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't like when somebody gets caught and they try to lie their way out of it. Like, no, you're
Mm-hmm.
caught. Just be upfront about what you were talking about. But she asked you very politely. She could have and came at you crazy, right? But no. She just wanted to know the truth. And the thing that I like about that whole situation was that Davon let Shane know. I just want you to know when you won today, they were all supposed to be excited for you. And what were they doing? They were comforting Frank. What they were comforting him about, I have no idea. But she let it be known.
Like, I love that. Oh, she called it out. She was like, just so you know, I just want to remind you of what just happened. I know you might be happy and everything like that because Shane is over here talking about like, oh, I don't even know what happened. What's going on? She's like, this is what went down. I lived for that moment. I was just like, call it out, Dave. This is what I wanted from you, and I'm just so glad that now there's less people, so they're giving her more airtime as well. Cause
This was her
look, she
episode.
delivered. She delivered. Come on. Like throughout the entire episode. Come on. Please. Keep her on my screen. Join you need to be a part of Traders Day. You and Frank, actually. I want y'all both on a season.
That would be amazing. I would love that.
Oh, I would live for that. Um okay. So let's talk about after that whole conversation. Um, what was it? Frank. No. Veronica then says she feels like the only people she feels close to in this game is Katie, Frank, Sam, Adam, and Steve. Doesn't mention Shane, right? Wasn't that odd?
Very odd. And before that, Katie was telling Frank like to block him, basically referring to Shane and Veronica. She was basically saying to block an opportunity for your longtime friend would be crazy. What's crazy to me is that when Veronica's listing the people that she feels close to, Shane is not mentioned at all. So I really feel like she is the one letting the game take over her relationship with Shane when she keeps saying vice versa for him.
I agree.
I don't
She's
know. That
so
rubbed me the wrong
wishy-washy about that.
way. Hmm.
Every week she switches up on that, and it's just like, girl, like, are you playing the game as a gamer or as a friend? But you can't. It can't be both, and it can't be when you want it to be. And then when Shane makes a move, oh my God, your friendship. Like, I don't know. I hate that.
Yeah, I get you. I feel that too. I was just like, okay. But maybe I'm thinking maybe they just cut him out. I don't know. It could be from like a previous episode or in the timeline and they put it in this. I really don't know. But I did think that was weird. So then, Karma comes back and bites Veronica in the ass because they decide to go out. Shorty walking in heels, and she takes a fall, a little tumble, if you will. Mind you, the funniest thing about this tumble, not that it was like, not that I wanted her to get hurt or anything, but the funniest thing about it was the fact that she starts cursing at everybody else. Like, oh, fuck you guys. And I'm over here like, how is it everybody else's fault that you busted your ass?
It'd be like that sometimes, though. Have you ever busted your ass?
Absolutely. But I'm not blaming the people near me.
I definitely will be.
Maybe she was trying to play it off, and they're like, "Yo," she's like, "Fuck you guys, stop calling attention to this." But I mean, the cameraman was the number one person to get her up.
And
Fumbled the
also,
Didn't
my
say
camera.
question, did they ever end up going out, or did her
I
clearly
don't
actions?
think
not.
so. I don't think so.
No.
I
They
was
didn't
like,
go
damn, it
out
ruined the
because of
night.
her.
I would have been
Yo, for
so
real, I would have been
mad.
mad. I would have been mad as hell.
Oh, and then she was in the
I would have
emergency
been.
room, the
Oh my
the
god.
the makeshift emergency room in the house.
Right.
Yo, that was so dramatic.
With Dr. Shane and Dr. Frank, y'all. Even though Frank is a whole physical therapist, right? I'm just like, okay, like I understand like Frank being like annoyed, like he's like, with these pseudoscientists and shit. And I was like, but this is over taking care of Veronica. Like, y'all are both doing the most. Like,
Yeah.
relax. I do want to say something that was funny to me was that Sam was like, when she first got her Veronica, she was like, oh, it happened in slow-mo. And I said, so nobody caught her?
Right? None of the cameras caught it at all.
Oh,
Damn.
and it was the camera tumbling down with her for me. That cracked me up. I was like, what? I thought somebody fell in the pool.
Yeah, I thought
That's
so
what I
too.
thought. Hmm.
Oh my
Damn,
god.
somebody went.
Um, and of course, as y'all know, Veronica was very upset by the fall because from a previous All Stars, she obviously hurt herself and ended up having to get going home early because she broke her toe and she was deemed medically um
Unfit.
unfit for
Something
the
like that.
challenge. And I was just like, I mean, I get it. And this is the furthest that she's gone in a long time. So I do understand her worries, but seeing Shane and Frank fight for Veronica's attention by their medical knowledge, it was hilarious.
Is Shane
Please.
even in the medical field?
No.
I was like, wait, because
Well,
everything he was saying, I was like, this is very inaccurate information, Shane.
it
Like,
was inaccurate, but everything he did helped Veronica get up the next morning, and she was walking.
I guess. Or it could have been the ice that Frank gave to her. He was like, just ice it. That's all you have to do.
No, Frank was like, you don't need that. But I was also just like, Frank, like, just let him do it. Like,
Yeah.
that's his friend. Please, like, who
Right.
cares? Just say your input and then dip out. Like, it don't matter. But I just felt like Frank also was just like annoyed that he wasn't being heard. And I'm just like, Frank, like, I get it. You got your degree and everything, but people don't be caring.
Because you got your degree and everything.
Because you got your degree and everything, for real. Frank was giving Shane the evil eye real bad. He was staring Frank down. I mean, I get it. That's how I feel when I stare at, them people, the people that the orange man love. I just be like, bro, because come on, like, you're so misinformed and uneducated about what to do. But Frank, like, it's really not that deep. She just needed to ice it. It was getting iced anyway. Now she's getting a massage. Like, that
Look,
was
I would have
funny.
viewed it as okay, that's one more team out the door. This is about money. I don't care about
Hmm.
your ankle. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Whoopsie. I'll be like, you okay? All right. Have a good night now.
He was
I don't
mad.
know.
Crystal, they said Veronica and the stairs for rivals too. Please. I'm dead. Oh my god. Sophie,
Along
yes,
with
we will talk about
Anissa.
that. Yes. Oh my god, who
Also.
has rolled their ankle even more this time? Anissa or Veronica?
I mean, it's up for grabs because it's one injury after another.
Yo, that's insane. Okay. So, yeah, Veronica's ankle ends up being fine, y'all. She's okay. She's fine. She's okay. She just rolled it a little bit, but she's okay. So we go to the house vote. The house vote was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Melissa and Nicole asked to be nominated and to be put in the jungle, and everybody says, "Yeah, sure, that's fine."
I was
I was
so
so
annoyed
annoyed
by
by
that.
this.
Oh,
Tell us, Jenna. Why were you annoyed? Tell us.
because it's like they have been wanting to just lay low, like hang out on the fence the whole season. Melissa has her people, Nicole has her people, but now it's like, please, please put us in, please. And I would have been like, no, actually, I don't want to vote you guys in.
Hmm.
But, and then Melissa was like, oh, something about we don't want to go against our friends or send our friends home. And Katie goes, or like, we're going to send you guys home or something like that. Did you guys see that part?
It was
Yes,
funny.
yes.
And Nicole was like, "Oh, you ain't sending us home." I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I
that was
just
a
felt
cute little
like
moment.
there should have been more fight from like Nani and Turbo in a sense.
I
I
agree.
just feel like they just let it happen because, of course, yeah, you guys have the numbers, or you don't have the numbers, but and maybe we didn't see it, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I feel like if they would have came with some logic and spoke some sense, maybe just maybe they would have had a shot. But yeah, I just felt like they were like, do whatever, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I was just like, dang, like, it sucks because Nani and Turbo really don't have any say with the house for real. They have no strong connections. And, I'm like wondering if it got worse because of the whole blow up with Turbo. Clearly, that was the downside because later on we'll see with Melissa and Nicole's decision, even though I feel like that was a bad decision. Anyway, so let's go into after the house vote conversation with Nani, Day, and Shane. So she pretty much explains that she understands it's a fresh friendship thing, but Steve and Adam have won multiple challenges, and that's who everyone wants to run the final with. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The math ain't mathing. And then she says, you know, that's fine. That's your friends, but they don't pay your bills. And I was like, oh, that's interesting coming from you because Vacation Alliance and all this stuff, you know, and your girl, I'm sure she shared some of her bread with you. But okay. Um, anyway, how did you feel about that moment, Brandon? Because I got it, but you know, just funny.
I agree with her. I would be saying exactly what she's saying in that moment. Like, get the people that clearly are going to win in the final out. They're the only guy team left. I don't know why you wouldn't want them out.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. And I get why she's so frustrated because again, these people are playing best friends. Yes, she's done it in the past, but I feel like she really wants this win. So she's willing to do whatever she has to do to get it.
What about
I
you,
agree.
Jenna?
No, I
Yeah.
agree. She has a point, but like, and this is what I don't like about like reoccurring casts that much because it's like a lot of people fall back on the friendship thing, and it's like you're blinded by your friendship because you're gonna get your ass beat in the final now because you're not willing to eliminate a team that everybody was after at the beginning of the season. Like somehow Adam and Steve, their target just completely washed away off their backs. Like, huh?
I'm sorry, but for example, me and Jenna are friends, right? But Jenna can swim her ass off, right? She was on the swim team and everything. If I'm in a competition with her and it's right before the final and I know there's swimming involved, Jenna, I'm eliminating you. I don't care how that looks, but like you have to use logic to win the money in the end.
Yeah. No, I agree with y'all. I definitely agree with what Nani was saying. I just thought it was funny, like, you know, coming from her. But I wholeheartedly agree, and it was a valid argument, especially with the fact that Nani and Turbo have not won anything, and the only reason why they got the star was from the first episode or the first challenge, really, and they got, I believe, fourth place in that challenge, so they barely even won. But I also understand people considering them a threat as well, right? Like if you really think about their stats or their records, Turbo has won. He's won one of the hardest challenges ever or finales ever. Nani, even though she has not won, when she can, she makes it to the final and she does fairly well. So I do
She
get that
does.
too. But I agree with y'all. Like Adam and Steve should have been the target. That's who I would have went for and been like, we don't care. I don't care about our connections or anything. I just felt like it was a great turning point and the perfect time to sabotage them, and it was missed on the house's end and on Shane and Devon's end too, and on Melissa and Nicole's end. I felt like everybody missed that target. Um,
I
unfortunately.
almost wish I almost wish Shane and Davon could have went to Veronica before the house vote and said, V, I want you to have the opportunity for you to get your star. However, I don't want you to run my game because again, I didn't do the same thing to you when you won, right? So what I need you to do is convince these people to make you the house vote. So then I could send down whoever I want because I have to have a play in this as well. And I feel like they just let them again do whatever they wanted. I don't know if that was a conversation at all, but it could have been another game move to
Yeah.
make for a different ending.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike that strategy at all. I didn't think of it that way because part of me too is sitting here thinking like, yo, we were all mad at Dario when he wanted to try and get Leroy put in, but I think at this point in the game when there's not a lot of people left, you kind of have to do what you have to do for your own game. I think Dario's move was a little too early on to be like crossing your friends like that, but when it gets to this point, when you don't know if the finals the next day or whatever, you have to make those moves. So I think that yeah, Shane making his own move and getting Veronica and Katie to be the house vote. That way he could have thrown in, like you said, anybody, a star holder. If they put in a star holder against Veronica and Katie, would they have just inherited that star?
They would have just taken their star, yeah.
I think that would have
That would have been the
been a lot more
perfect strategy because
interesting.
then he would
Yeah.
have been able to do Frank. But the thing is, I don't know what Frank has that makes Veronica so blinded. I feel like she would have put two and two together and said, "No, I
Hmm.
don't want you to do that." But again, like we're at the end. Like I want the man gone. I'm gonna do what I have to do to do it.
No, let's send the star holders in. Let me win my star on the daily. Yeah, just Mary. Also, we know gonna be changes to win stars in the semifinals, like Laura. Oh my god, I hope not. Oh my god, I hope they don't bring that back because that was so annoying. The way,
There
oh,
was no
please
point in the end
don't
for
trigger me.
the stars.
Can I just
Yeah,
say too
don't.
that like all
Mhm.
of the daily star challenges were fairly easy. I don't, maybe
Yes,
not easy is the right word, simple. Like they were very simple.
yes.
So I don't think any of these people really earned their star. I don't know.
Ooh,
Maybe that's controversial. I don't know, but
I think the first challenge was like the hardest one.
the
No, the
hardest
first
one, and
daily.
that was it. Yeah, every other star challenge has been pretty simple.
Yeah,
I
I could
don't
agree
really
with
like the whole stars challenge thing. I like what they. I think we talked about this before, but I like what they did in the last All Stars, where if it was, let's say, two people that had stars going head to head, the person that now is the winner takes that star and gives it to somebody else. I feel like I
that.
like that better. But these little carnival game star challenges, I agree with Jenna. It's just
Like,
Hmm.
wait, so
Yeah.
Veronica made a point too. She was like, "Oh, I got so excited with the daily challenge because the challenge that I did back in the day, like we had to jump out of a helicopter onto a bullseye." And I'm like, they don't do shit like that anymore. Like,
This
what?
is not that, babes. This is not that.
they do, just not on All
On the
Star.
flagship, yeah, on the
Yeah, I
flagship
guess.
show.
But I was just like, make it more interesting. I don't know.
I think they
Anyway.
realize. I think they're trying to figure out the best balance when it comes to these daily challenges
Mhm.
because even in previous All Stars, like some of them were really rough. Like for the first season, y'all remember that? Like these people, they were breaking their ribs. They were losing. They were getting
But I liked
severely
it. It was
injured.
so good.
It was good, but like they were getting severely injured. These, old timers and stuff. Like, I mean, it was bad. But I guess that's what it is. Like now it's like at the other side of the spectrum, right? Where the challenges haven't been as difficult. But let's go into this elimination. I did like this equalizer of an elimination. And it's called Pin Pop. But before we get into that, Shane and Davon end up sending down Katie and Veronica. But then all of a sudden, Davon asks, "What happens if we disagree?" And I was like, I lived for this moment because I was just like, yo, fine. Somebody asked. Somebody asked.
Well,
You know?
she didn't have to give Nani false hope like that. I
I
felt bad.
know, I know. I felt really
Yeah.
bad, but I kind of lived for it. Like,
I really wish, like, I understand not wanting to put her and Shane at risk. Like, that really would have pissed Shane off. But, like, I wanted to know what happens if we disagree. I really did want to know, but I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Amazing Race also had to change their challenges because they had 65 people getting hurt. They had
A
the
grandma get,
grandma,
I mean,
they had the grandma get hit on the head by a cow one time. Who? A cow? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up after. Wow. Okay, interesting. Amazing Race gets down like that. I don't know.
girl, you should
I've
look
never
up the
watched it.
watermelon. There's a like a notorious like challenge that they had to do where they had to
Hmm.
do like a slingshot with watermelons and it kicked back into some girl's face. That was a
Oh
long
my
time ago.
god,
You can Google it for sure.
similar to what happened with freaking Olivia for
Yes,
season. Oh, but that was she literally could have lost her eye
literally. That was crazy.
and she broke her nose and all this. Oh my god, no, that was insane. Okay, so it's called Pin Pop. Devon obviously was joking, she's like, ha, just made them shake a little bit. And she sends in or she knows now at this point, Turbo and Nani's star is gonna be up for grabs. And she even says it like she feels bad being involved in this somehow, or like she realizes whatever she did, it was gonna end up being Nani and Turbo star being taken. I do wish that somebody else was voted in there like Adam and Steve. I felt like okay, but then I think what they were assuming was that Adam and Steve would most likely come back, even though I felt like this was a pretty decent equalizer where anybody could have won. And as we saw, Katie and Veronica and Nicole and Melissa were very close. So the rules of the elimination: there are 4 giant platforms in the middle of the jungle. Each platform is connected to a rope. There are a bunch of balloons in between, and there's a giant pin that you're going to have to guide with your partner all the way along the rope and use it to pop those balloons that are like in a cage. You have to put the pin down inside the bullseye when popping the balloons. Otherwise, it does not count. The team to pop the balloons the fastest will win and steal a star. And again, the entire time, it's pretty close. It's very close until the last moment. And then Nicole and Melissa ends up winning. How did y'all feel about this elimination? Did y'all like it? Chop was good.
I mean, I liked it. I again, it is a little carnival game, but it was more enticing to me than the whatever they did for the daily challenge. Um,
Shuffleboard.
yeah, the shuffleboard situation. But yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, okay, who's gonna win? I just wish the team that won did something that could have changed the game, shifted it a little bit. But we'll get into that once we get into the final result.
I'm honestly surprised that Nicole and Melissa ended up winning because Nicole had no string left at all, and I'm like, why? w- I don't know if that was strategic or if that was just like a mistake, but I was waiting for Nicole to drop that string, to be honest, and I was surprised that she didn't because she was over here like this. But
She had no rope left.
no, but it was exciting. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was exciting. I felt like everybody was engaged too. Like, there's some challenges that you could tell the rest of the cast they're like bored watching it. So it's
Hmm.
not fun. And they're over here like hyping both teams up, etc. I really thought I was like, wow, Katie and Veronica really have a chance. And I did want to see them more in the game than Melissa and Nicole.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Again, I was very happy to see Katie, especially make it this far to the game. I love Katie's confessionals. I felt like she did a really good job this season. And it was funny, like seeing her say at the end, it's interesting. Like Veronica and I could have been friends this entire time. And if we just spoke to each other, and I was like, yeah, that's wild. Very cute though. Sad to see Katie and Veronica go. Again, wanted them to be there in the final over Nicole and Melissa. And they even get to like skip Tadelu out the jungle. That was a little cute moment too, them skipping away.
Yeah, Veronica's
Um
ankles seem to be doing all right.
right, Jenna. Yes. That is so funny. Yes, it did, clearly. So then we see Nicole and Melissa end up taking Nani and Turbo Star. And Melissa says, honestly, this whole thing, like, I wouldn't have done this to Nani, but because Turbo turned out to be such a prick, that's who I'm going for. In this moment, yeah, I was annoyed just like Nani. Like, y'all should have taken it from Adam and Steve. Take it.
If not Adam and Steve, right? Let me just break it down really quick. Veronica and Katie are out the door. They are not here anymore. They were the glue that had even Frank and Sam, for example. They were the glue that held you guys together. You could have easily just taken Frank and Sam's star, called it a day. Nicole could have said, I'm not touching Adam and Steve," And Melissa could have said, "Well, I'm not touching Nani because obviously she doesn't click with Turbo." Frank and Sam made it easy. That could have flipped it, so that way it wasn't so cut and dry and like obvious.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, Sophie, Nani said that they are giving Adam and Steve the win. Absolutely. Yeah, Jenna, how did you feel about their foolish decision?
I mean, it seems like this was the only opportunity that this was the only week I feel like Melissa had any say in anything, to be honest. Like Nicole has been kind of calling the shots for a while. At least it seems like. And I just feel like for her to listen, I get it. She's friends with Nani. Like she wanted to stick up for Nani when Turbo was acting like a prick, an ass, whatever, but I just think it was kind of a cop-out excuse because like Nani said earlier in the episode, she's like, "Me and Turbo haven't won a daily challenge at all." Like I don't understand why everybody sees this as such a big threat. No offense. Turbo seems like he's slowing down a little bit. So I don't listen, the guy's in great shape, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not as big of a threat as people make him out to be. Maybe to a girl-girl team. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're thinking, but I thought it was kind of weak.
So then get the guy team out.
And team
Yeah.
out. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't understand that. And I just felt like it would have been a very like good entertaining moment. And honestly, I feel like it would have been like a big challenge move for them to go for Adam and Steve like that. And then pretty much the rest of y'all, they did the dirty work for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't
And
love it.
now I was just like, come on, like don't be like Turbo says, don't be pussy chicken. Come on.
She could have got her season 41 casting secured. Both of them, if they did that. They
I
fumbled the
agree.
bag.
They did so bad. And Nani is fuming, okay? Nani is pissed as hell. Nani's like, okay, like clearly, like we're most likely gonna go home or something. At least that seems to be the thought process because of the fact that majority of the people in the house or all of them were really saying like this is gonna be the last elimination. What if like now that their star is taken, they're gonna get purged? And TJ even says Nani and Turbo stand on the other side, on the side for the starless pairs. And Nani's like anticipating, like, y'all are eliminated, y'all are going back home with Veronica and Katie. That doesn't happen. And Nani's like, oh, what the like she just seemed mad about either outcome, honestly. She was so over it. I was dying in that moment.
As she should be. TJ be joking when there's no time to be joking.
Ain't
I
shit
would have been
funny,
mad.
TJ. Ain't shit funny. And you laughing with your tongue out and everything. You so damn annoying, TJ. Zoe. Not only Adam and Steve are physically strong, but also they're smart. If they don't get them out, they are handing them the win. Absolutely. Oh, another thing that we didn't even talk about, like it was raining. And I was like, can y'all turn off the weather machine? But like, I'm sure it was real Wayne and rain. Not Wayne. Real rain. And I'm over here like, yo. I would have been mad as hell just from standing there. And then my star gets taken. Oh, I'm heated on all types of levels. So they go back to the house. Nani is having a breakdown, y'all. Like she is crashing out bad. But Turbo's like, trust me, Nani, trust me. Like, we will win. It's because of all the trauma that you've been traumatized.
He's not lying though. Like, and listen, I love Nani. I do, but she's falling into the Leroy category. Like, girl, hang it up. I'm sorry. But I do have faith in Turbo to like really
Lansing, she's been there. Her and Leroy, they've been there.
They are the co-presidents.
No, literally co-presidents of Never Won Club.
And I hate that for them.
God.
I really do.
Me too.
Anissa's their vice president.
I think that's why
Anissa and Corey. Corey, another one that's never won. And
No,
he makes it
because Corey still got it in him to almost win.
No, he do. And he's
gonna end up winning. I know he is.
He's the
it.
best to never
I'm just
win, for
waiting
real.
for it. Yes.
But not
But I
Anissa, the
feel like
co-president.
I feel like
Who
Nani
else
does
is
this
in
all the
there?
time though.
Who else is in there?
Hmm. Mm.
Mm.
Because I like her, I'm gonna say Amanda.
Oh, but Amanda don't even make it half the season no more, and I love her.
But she makes the show, which is the
You're
main.
right. You're right, but we gotta think about somebody that makes it far, or typically makes it far. Like Leroy's showing has only been bad the last few seasons. He always makes it to the final.
True.
True. I mean, Jenna at a certain point when she was
Jenna,
on
best to
was
Yeah.
never
very
win.
much that.
Okay.
Tori before she won was that.
Yeah.
But I don't really count her win as a win. So
Yeah, yeah. If Corey doesn't win his next one, it's over. Yeah, no. Who else? Michelle. I mean, she was close, and she
it's
hasn't done enough seasons. She hasn't
it's
done enough seasons yet.
it's early days.
You know, it's real early. But yes, you're right. Leroy and Nani are definitely co-chairs, co-presidents of that club. Um so yes, I was cracking up. I'm not gonna lie when Turbo was explaining the whole thing about
The trauma.
the trauma, and I was like, yo, she's hurting bad, and I know it's like she really wants to win. She also feels like this is like the best opportunity for her to win. She has a strong and solid partnership with Turbo, although their communication is rocky, but I feel like Nani's communication is like that with all of her partners for the most
Yeah.
part on this. But I could understand her feeling like, listen, like how else am I ever gonna win if I can't win All Stars? Come on. I do want to comment on Nani saying like maybe you should start playing this game for you, Melissa, for your daughter. And I said, oh, Nani, you coming out? Old school Nani
She
coming
was
out.
she was mad because she brought up the
Mm.
daughter. I was like, oh, but I
I
wish
said,
she
now
would have
say,
said it. Yeah,
yeah.
like
I was like,
I
say it to her face.
wish.
Say it to her face.
But you know what, Nani, like, admittedly, she said it. She's like, me and Turbo, like, we haven't won any dailies. We don't have that many connections. But, like, at the same time, I'm not about, like, handing somebody a win or anything like that. But, like, leave Nani alone. Leave her alone. That's how I
I'll
feel this season.
agree. She hasn't bothered anyone all
She has not
season,
bothered anybody. Just let
and
her
I
have her
don't.
fucking star.
I'm not like a Nani fan. Like I don't mind
Hmm.
her, but I'm not a super fan of Nani's. Um, but yeah, she hasn't. She didn't come in with the Vacation Alliance, which thank God. But like, she hasn't done anything, so leave her alone.
Yeah, so, like, some
Yeah.
people might argue, like, well, she doesn't deserve her star because she hasn't done anything. But also, like, I think she's a non-factor in a way, like her and Turbo. Like, again, there are bigger fish to fry. Let's be real.
Mary, keep my daughter name out your mouth. Bitch. Yeah, the Will Smith slap for real.
And then Melissa
That would
goes
have
home. See, my star
crazy,
is
crazy.
mine.
Melissa and Nicole goes home because Nicole don't have a partner.
Yup.
Ugh,
Oh, that
it
would
would
have
pop
She would
off.
have made that happen. If Nani thought
beautiful.
about it, she could have made that happen.
Please. That would have been so good. Leroy and Nani did start this journey together on Real World Vegas, so it makes sense that they're in the same category. That's true. That is true. Anissa has been in the Never Win Club a lot longer than Leroy and Nani. Honestly, yeah, you're right. I will say that as well.
She's still
Um,
vice president.
she vice president. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so at this point, the final star holders are Adam, Steve, Frank, Sam, Nicole, and Melissa, who are having a party. Wow, Nani is on the verge of tears, breaking down outside with Turbo. And
Sick.
then Devon and Shane are nowhere to be found. They were not a part of that little celebration, at least from what I saw. We didn't see them cheering away. But yeah, y'all, that is the end of the episode. How do y'all feel about it? Are y'all excited? The season is almost ending. Let me know. Well, how are y'all feeling about it, Brenda, Brandon, and Jenna?
I mean, for the most part, I like the flow of this season more than 40. As we all know, I feel like 40 drags at a certain point. This season took a little while to pick up, but when it picked up, I felt like it was giving us some good episodes. I
Hmm.
am interested to see next week what happens with this last challenge before the final, because I'm pretty sure the final is going to be 4 teams in the final if it's 4 stars. So
Yeah,
it'll be
be 4 stars.
interesting last minute what moves can be done to secure this vulnerable star.
That's a fact. I also am curious, are we going to see in the finale if the rival pair wins, are they gonna have to split the money or say if they want to keep it? We got to remember that.
Do you
That is
really
definitely
think
gonna be
though
one of
that anyone's gonna steal the money from
No,
no.
there's
from the
no
pairs
villains.
left?
There's no
I
big
don't think
villains
so.
left, to be honest.
Mm,
Maybe
None of
Frank.
none of these pairs are really beefing.
No, they're all friends when they leave. They're like, yeah, we have such a good relationship now. I wish we were
Mm-hmm.
friends all along. So a lot of these pairs, no, I don't think they're gonna turn on each other. But
only it would have been
uh,
Ashley and Anissa. Ashley
yeah,
would have stole the money again because she don't care.
You think so? I feel like she would have definitely given it to Anissa. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like
you're
because it's
right. She's
Anissa,
mm,
not that
she would have given it
heartless.
to Anissa.
Yeah.
She's not that heartless. Like,
yeah, I think the
She-
old Ashley maybe would have not given Anissa her cut, but
I
I
don't
think
know.
Ashley's changed a little.
I feel like the only reason why Ashley didn't share it with Hunter was because he was making threats on her family.
Hmm.
and he was being misogynistic the whole
Oh,
entire time.
of course,
And
yeah.
she didn't like that.
The
Yeah,
biggest shock ever was Bananas and
Sa-
Sarah. Like that to me, I was like out of left field,
that
but I'm not
But
that
surprised.
was mean. I didn't like
Sarah
that.
felt it. Sarah felt it, and that shocked the whole everybody that was watching. Shane would do it to Devon and Frank to Sam.
I don't think Shane would do it to
Um,
Devon.
I don't think so, and
I
I
don't
don't
think
think that
so.
Frank will do it to Sam either. I don't
I
think
think Frank
anybody
has it
wants to
in
do it.
him, but I don't think he would do it to Sam. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Y'all think he would do it? Oh my god, that would have been crazy.
I don't
That would have
think
been
so.
crazy.
Same with Shane. I don't think so at all. I think that
No.
little rivalry that they had is out the door. I
Hmm.
think they are cordial with each other now.
Nobody wants to be that person, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think so. Def not Turbo and Nani. I don't think
No.
any of the rival pairings. Maybe Adam and Steve, because they just seem like they're going with it. But even then, I'm like, y'all seem like
But
y'all don't even
even
have beef no
them,
for.
if you remember, they were on their original season together.
I
So the
know.
only reason they technically have beef was because of the last All Star season, which wasn't even really beef.
Right. It was like that's what you get, Adam, for playing
Yeah.
Steve first. Anyway, that's all, y'all. That's all we have for y'all.
We're not gonna
Please
talk
let
about
us
the
know.
Twitter, the tweets.
Oh, right. Oh, so as we all know, if you're on Twitter, thank you, Jenna. Oh my gosh, yes. So, um, Shane tweeted, "Show forehead if you're excited for a new episode tonight." Right? It's a
Frank
picture
tweeted that.
of Frank tweeted that of Shane, a picture of Shane, and Amanda is going to comment or tweet at GamerVev. If y'all follow at GamerVev, y'all already know they be posting all the spoilers on Twitter and X and everything, and says, "I don't know this guy, but his tweets and posts seem to always revolve around Shane. It's giving jealous, honey. Dot 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 dot. Yikes." And I'm cracking up because hello.
I mean, did she lie?
But Amanda acting like she don't know who Frank is sending me. Like, please.
I mean, she really doesn't know him though. I don't think they've done a season together.
Yeah, but to
They've
sit here
never
and act
done.
like you don't know who Frank is, like, girl, stop.
So then Amanda then tweets on her own, on her account, Shane has been on 5 seasons in the last 8 years, to include the fact. Oh my God. Not me slipping up like that. Whoa. flagship, a spinoff, and All Stars. His rep is unmatched. He showed up for the OGs like a motherfucking boss. I'm sorry, but no one gives a flying F what a B string bitch has to say. Hashtag get on his level. Hashtag bitch bye. I do want to point out that Frank was already tweeting saying, you know, going on week 3 and the same saying he wants me gone hasn't been successful yet. And then he also put too many doctors in the clinic, I guess, regarding the whole situation between Veronica and her getting treated by her fellow gays. So then
Gays Anatomy.
Gays Anatomy. I'm freaking dead. So then Frank decides to retweet Amanda's tweet about Shane being on 5 seasons and the last season he has such a great reputation. Frank goes, "Thanks for entering the chat, fan. Denoting worth based on how many challenge seasons you've been on isn't really the flex you think it is. When either you or your B-string bitch have a life anything close to mine, I'll clap back without it feeling like punching down. Heart."
I'm so mad Amanda didn't respond to that. I really am.
I'm assuming Amanda's at work because that's what be happening to her. She be at work. But I need Amanda, Frank on a season together.
Oh, that would be good.
And now I want
That would be
Amanda,
good.
Frank, Davon on Traders.
That would be
I
even
need
better.
I need them.
And
I
throw
need them.
Veronica in there as well. That would be
And
good.
throw Veronica. And throw Veronica in there for being the master strategist this season. I need her in there.
We have 4
Wow.
housewives. We could have 4 challenge people. I don't see it being
Right. And we need to even it out with the drag race people. I'm tired of them only putting one drag queen in that damn show. Like,
agreed.
Stop playing. Wow, guys. Entertaining, huh?
Well, since we're on Twitter, someone posted a clip of Nani calling everyone dumb because they didn't take Adam and Steve's star. And somebody says, "Hey, at DJ Mel Reeves, you gonna let this slide?" And she replies, "She's right. I argued with Nicole over this, but there was no way she changed her mind as her closest friend in the house was Adam." So she says it. She's like, "We should have chose Adam and Steve as that would have been the smart move and the one I suggested, but we both had to make a set decision and Nicole wouldn't budge, which I understand." And again,
I wouldn't have budged either.
To take
I
Adam and
think
Steve
my strategy would have been smart because I can't vote for this one. I can't vote for this one.
Yep, that would have been better, but who knows?
And then the last thing that we want to talk about is that Coral seems to be coming back in the scene. Oh my god. So hopefully with Mark posting that video of the Queen Coral that she is, hopefully she really does come back. Everybody seems very excited. Mark did say that apparently he was talking to another fan favorite and she was on this long list somebody put, and he was like, "Oh, she's definitely on this list. I don't know who it is, but apparently they haven't been on in almost 20 years as well. So should be interesting."
I saw something about that on Reddit, but I didn't look into it.
I don't know who it could be, honestly. I was just like, who is it? But I'm excited. Honestly, All Stars 5, you're doing a great job. We're landing where we should be landing. Hopefully, the audience gets more into it. Hopefully y'all stop like putting the challenge when Survivor is also on, because I feel like that also loses their numbers or decreases their number every week because people are more tuned into Survivor than they are the challenge.
Or just put it back on Paramount Plus. Let it be its own thing.
I think Paramount Plus is dead. Like,
is it?
How many of y'all actually go on Paramount Plus and actually watch?
pay for it.
I don't
I
think I
had
paid
it.
for it.
I had it because they started putting everything on Paramount Plus. But I don't. I mean, unless I miss an
Hmm.
episode of Survivor, Amazing Race, like the CBS shows that I watch, I could watch them there the day after. But
Those shows, they were putting Drag Race All Stars on there.
True.
They were putting Challenge All Star. A lot of like the not flagship shows they were putting
mhm.
on there, and also they just
Hmm.
had all of the previous seasons of it, of everything.
True. True.
I just
True.
don't like this
I
bait
mean,
and switch that these streaming uh services are doing of like, oh, we're gonna put everything on streaming, and oh, nobody's watching actual cable TV now. We're actually gonna put it back on cable. So
yeah.
I don't love that. But
I don't like that either. I just feel like, oh my gosh, please. They have good documentary shows. It is dead. Yeah, I just feel like people, and it's hard. Like I feel like they're not even really putting all of the episodes up there or something of the sort. It's just been like really hard for people to watch some of the challenge stuff. I don't know. Someone said Julie. I mean, honestly, after watching Homecoming, like I could do without Julie.
She could stay
I
home.
watched the. Did you watch Real World Homecoming? Did y'all watch it in the comments? Did y'all see
I
the New
saw
Orleans one?
I saw some clips. I didn't watch it, but she was basically being a
Julie.
Karen. Yeah.
Julie. Yeah. What she's been her whole life. Yeah, I mean, definitely an acquired taste. Um I mean, she was, I guess, like the most entertaining part of it all, but I was just like, Julie, like, you're too old to be acting like this, but at the end of the day, entertainment is the best thing. You know, Julie, the one that almost killed Veronica.
Maybe she's being sarcastic.
I'm sorry. You're my bad, man. Maybe you are. I can't read sarcasm like that sometimes. Um, but that's it. Do y'all want to comment on anything else that we may have seen or heard?
The only other thing was that I saw Amber was on Zach's podcast. I haven't watched it because I'm not paying for that. But if anyone
interesting.
watched it and there was some good stuff in there, let us know.
Oh, Frank
Yeah.
also went live last night with Ashley K on Instagram. I caught like maybe 2 minutes of it, and in that time frame, I think Ashley asked if Frank would do another season, and he said that he thinks he's done. So I don't know.
Yeah, he said that he was getting like backlash and all that stuff, and then Ashley was saying that she doesn't care if people think that she's boring, and it kind of ended fairly quick. I feel like somebody's phone died or they got interrupted, and I didn't see them go back on.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, I don't know her. Yeah, okay, got it. Um, but all right, everyone, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Please let us know, who are y'all rooting for. Do y'all want Nani and Turbo to stay in the game? Do y'all feel like Adam and Steve should have gone in and risked their star? Talk to us. Are y'all gonna miss Katie and Veronica? We will. Um,
My mom
and
will not.
well, yes, especially Veronica. That's Veronica's biggest hater.
Oh man.
Okay. If there's only one Veronica hater in the world, it's Jenna's mom. Um at this point. But thank y'all again so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget. It really helps us with the channel. And thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.